Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I want to start off with the video with saying a big apology if my voice or the way I'm kind of talking today is a little bit different. I managed to catch the flu, so my nose is super stuffed and I can't breathe. So I'm going to try and get through this video as best as I can. So today we are actually going to do a recreation set, and today we are recreating a set that Votino has done. If you don't know who Votino is, definitely check him out on Instagram. Literally the best place for inspiration, for ideas, for tutorials. He does almost basically like daily lives. It feels like constant like tutorials on his Instagram, and it's amazing. His creativity is just completely out of this world. So it's honestly just so worth it to check him out. So I'll make sure to leave a link in the description, and today we are going to do a Scream inspired nail design. Well, that's what he did. So we've got a nude, we've got some red, black, and we do have some white that I showed you guys earlier, but that's mainly for helping the red that we're going to use pop, because we're going to do quite a lot of red on top of the black. And I noticed when I didn't put a white background, it was causing the red to be very muted and darker, and I really wanted it to be nice and bright, so we are going to use the white as the backdrop for the red. So it does basically mean that we are having to do extra steps in today's design, probably hence why the video is a bit longer than usual, but it's so worth it. I'm literally so happy with the final result. I feel like any sort of design that I recreate from Votino, I am so over the moon and happy with the final results. So going to the video and explaining what I'm doing, I've got 3 nails in the nude shade. The nude shade is from Madam Glam. It's in a slightly different bottle, and it's part of their their limited edition series that they did. So I'm not too sure if you can still grab it on their website, but it was one of their limited edition, I believe, and it's amazing. I love using it as a nude base for nail designs. So we've got 3 of those. We've got 2 black nails, one of which we have now applied some glitter. So I used some black holographic glitter, and it's stunning. It feels like forever since I last did a glittery sugared nail, but it's probably a long time for me. I'm not too sure if it's too long for you guys, because it's been a while since I've actually created designs, but I do have a lot of like pre-filmed videos that I was uploading, so it's been a little while. So today's video is actually filmed in real time, basically. So it's the 21st of October. I'm also voicing it on the same day I filmed it, so I just feel so happy to get back into it. I haven't been feeling the best recently, and that's just because I'm just constantly catching colds and all sorts. So today I finally felt like myself a little bit more, so I've been able to get a bit more nail stuff done, so I'm so happy. Anyways, I just feel like I'm constantly going off track. So back to the video. We've got 2 nails that are going to be black French tips, and I think I only show you me doing the one, and the other one I do off camera because they're literally identical. Once you do your French tip, and I do go ahead and do 2 layers, I am now using the white to create the drip effect onto this French. So I'm following that smile line that I've created with the white, and then I'm doing 3 droplets, and I'm connecting them together, and then I'm colouring it in and then popping it into the lamp. As you can see with the white, it's not very opaque and it's kind of a little bit patchy, and that's not at all a problem. Don't worry about doing another coat. There's absolutely no need for that. This is just to kind of help give a nice bright background for our red, to help it kind of pop a little bit more. If you didn't want to do it this way, you definitely don't need to. You will notice a huge difference though in the colour, just a colour difference if you're going to use the white or not. I know I did do a set once without putting the white, and it didn't look the worst. It just, specifically for this set, I really wanted a very bright red, and just popping it onto the black just wasn't doing it. I just really wanted it to be much more lighter. So this is the bit now that we're going to go over the white with the red and pop it into the lamp. And you'll notice that I wasn't too precise with how I was applying my red. I was a little bit messy, especially around the area near the tip where we've got the black, and you notice that when I do go out of line, you literally cannot even tell. So this is how much it will mute down your red, basically. So if you're using a super bright one, it will not be bright anymore. Trust me. So unfortunately, it does add that extra step, but I think it's just so worth it. It really is. So I'm just going to go around it. I will of course do the same thing on the other nail as well, but of course off camera, pop it into the lamp, and then we can crack on with our next nail. And the next nail, I think, is going to be our heart nail. So I did it slightly differently. There are a couple of things that I just switched up a little bit. I think it's mainly the heart nail, to be honest. But with the heart nail, I'm just going in with a dotting tool. I'm going to do 2 dots next to each other, but not too close. And then I connect them right at the top there in a moment. And then I drag 2 long lines down the bottom and then connect them as well. So I feel like I just completely described that wrong. But it's very clear to see when you watch the video. You just connect them, and then off camera I did just perfect a couple of lines. I just was struggling to get it perfect whilst recording and having my hands in the frame. So I kind of perfect it. Here it is. And then I am now going in with some black. So it's almost like I'm outlining that heart with the black and then colouring the outer sides and then popping it into the lamp. So I'll do 2 coats of that. In the actual recreational set, I believe there's some chrome involved. I did go ahead and actually recreate the whole set off camera before filming. I really didn't enjoy using the chrome. I'm not very familiar with chrome. I don't really ever use it, so I did struggle to apply it. I'm probably gonna have to end up watching a bunch of videos on YouTube or TikTok or somewhere to kind of grasp how to use chrome. But yeah, I ended up skipping that part. So if you're also struggling with Chrome, then watching this video is probably going to be quite helpful if you wanted to skip that part when recreating the nail design. So this is the bit where I'm just going to colour in the outer sides, pop it into the lamp. I'll go ahead and do that second layer like I mentioned earlier, and then I can show you guys the little droplets that we're going to add onto this nail too. So for some reason I think I ended up cutting, and I don't actually have the footage of me drawing on the whites, which is a little bit annoying, but you will see where it is, and I'm just going over it with the red as well, just like we did on that previous nail. So here it is, and you want to make sure that you leave a little layer of the black where the white line is. Can you see it? Just at the top of the white line, there's that very little thin line of black that we left, and it's quite important because originally when I was doing this design I didn't leave it, and it does really add an extra little detailing into the design, just made it look so much better. So if you're going to do this one as well, make sure you leave that line. It really adds something cool. I don't know how to explain it, but when I was doing the design and I didn't leave that black line, it just, don't know, it just looked different and weird, and it just didn't match or look good. But leaving that little thin line there made it look a million times better. So here's me just colouring it in, and I only do 1 layer of the red. The red was quite opaque, and even if it left a little bit of like patchiness anywhere, I kind of liked it. It was kind of going with the vibe of, almost, you know, looks like bloody drops. So that's kind of, I just felt like it kind of matched up, you know, matched up with the theme. So now that's curing, we can work on our nail that's actually probably going to take us the longest time to do. So right now I'm going with the white again because we are going to do it in red in just a second, and we're going to kind of draw out the Scream face. So we've got 2 sloppy eyes right at the top there, and I used the dotting tool to apply most of the gel polish, and then using an art brush I'm just gonna neaten up the lines and make it symmetrical as much as I can. So I'm just gonna finish that. Then I am going to do a little nose, which is going to be a triangle, just a tiny little nose, nothing too crazy. And then after that I'm going to do a mouth at the bottom, and it's basically just a long, so like it's almost like a big dot at the top and then a tiny dot at the bottom, and just connect the lines and you've got yourself a mouth pretty much. I don't think I include most of it on camera, but you see me colouring it in just a second with the red. And the reason this nail is going to take us an absolute lifetime to do is because we are kind of outlining the face features of the character and the structure, the whole like outline. So I outlined the features, yeah, and then with crystals we're going to do the actual remainder of the face, and that basically step took me forever. So you'll see majority of off camera, and eventually I just had to go off camera because I felt like I was recording for hours and my hand and back and everything was starting to hurt, and I just finished it off camera. But it's super simple. You'll see me applying the rhinestone glue gel in just a moment. You see where I apply it, and I just basically got myself a mix of AB crystals, and I just started basically just picking up random sizes and just placing it down in the area where I've placed the rhinestone glue gel, and just covering up the space until I was happy and I could see the face coming together. So you see that in just a second. I'm just gonna finish off this bit, pop it into the lamp, We will then go ahead and matte top coat before we apply any crystals. And also, before we even get onto the crystal part, we do have one more step to finish off, and that's applying some glossy top coats. So I thought it would be easier to matte top coat the whole set and then add the little details where I want it to be glossy. To kind of avoid this maybe step, if you have some nail art gels that cure tack free, then those would be absolutely amazing. You could skip actually quite a few of these steps. You might even be able to skip the white background step if you've got like a really good gel that basically no background makes it look dimmer. That would be great. But you basically could skip the whole matte then glossy step. So right now I'm just mattifying all the nails, and then with a glossy top coat I will go over all the red bits basically, excluding the heart. Although looking back now, adding some glossy top coat to the heart would have looked really cool too, but I ended up actually not applying it. I don't know if I forgot or if that was an intentional part. I don't know. Can't remember, even though that was like literally a couple of hours ago. Can't remember what was going through my head. So the matte top coat that I'm using today is from Nail Nails, and the glossy top coat that I'm going to use in just a second will also be from Nail Nails. So here it is all matte. It's starting to look really, really good now. I'm really, really happy with how it's looking. So I've got some of that glossy top coat on my palette there, and I'm just going over the red bits. This bit felt quite quick actually. It felt like when I was originally doing the lines, it felt like forever and quite painful to do. But with the top coat today, it just felt like it was going quicker. Maybe because I've already done it like 50 times. I've just felt like I've got the practice now. I just went in for it. So there's that one. I think I also do the face off camera, and then the other two nails with the drips I just do off camera because it's just very repetitive and the same kind of process. And then finally we are on the stage with our crystals. We've got a couple of red crystal placements, and then that face that's going to take us a lifetime. And I do also chuck some caviar beads and 1AB shaped crystal on the heart nail right at the top, but I don't think that's included in the video, so you will need to pause it right at the end when I show you guys the final result with what I did there. It's very simple, nothing too crazy, probably not even necessary really. I don't think it will change the design that much if you skip that part. But you all know me, I just like to be extra and just add as much stuff as I possibly can. So here's the bit with the red crystals. So the French tip drip nails, I'm not too sure why, but it happened to be off camera, not in focus. It was kind of focused on the crystals, probably because of the pot was just so big that I was constantly focusing on it. But just do a line. You could mix and match if you wanted to, kind of give it an extra little touch of messing about with different sizes, but I just ended up going for a simple look with just the one size. I was tempted though to do like a big one in the middle, and then the further away I'm getting to the sides, start using smaller sizes, but I stuck to the one size, and I'm going to do the exact same thing on this nail as well. I felt like I wanted to include it just because it's constantly blurry, so I thought this one might be a bit more in focus. And also you can slowly and, well, a little bit start to see where the drips are shiny and the rest is matte, and it kind of makes it look really cool. I quite like that effect that you created. So I'm going to finish that one up. Make sure you try and make the line as straight as you possibly can. It was a bit difficult. And then once you're happy, pop that one into the lamp. So now it's time for this very long nail. I did basically sped it up like a bunch. So it will look like it took me 2 seconds, but it took me probably about 20 minutes just to do this one nail. So near the mouth part, near the long screaming mouth, you want to make sure it's kind of very thin, and you use pretty small crystals there. And then when you're at the top of the face, you want to use big crystals, and you want to basically connect that cheek part and above to the edge of the whole nail tip, if that makes sense. So the bottom part you want to leave the sides, so it's not connecting to the sides of the actual nail. That makes sense? I'm not too sure. You will just see in a second. So the top, I'm basically pulling the crystals all the way to the sides of the nail, and then near the mouth part I'm using super small crystals where you can actually see the sides of the nail. You'll see in just a second. So basically this is fun but time consuming. Just pick any crystal, start popping it together, fill in the gaps, almost like puzzles. Just fill in the gap. Because the Royston glue gel that I'm using is one of those like typical ones you normally get, it was eventually after a while the crystals started to slide a little bit. So maybe if you've got like a thicker rhinestone glue gel, that would work really well. Or if you wanted to, you could always work in sections. So start with the top, do the whole top, then pop it into the lamp. But I kind of felt like I found this now a little bit difficult. So being able to do the whole thing together, I just felt like I've got more control, and if any areas looked weird, I had the opportunity to remove the crystals. But if I cured little sections at a time, if I then decided that something wasn't quite right, or I decided that actually, you know, I wanted the mouth with smaller crystals, I won't be able to go back in and change that. So that was kind of the reason why I decided to just do the whole shebang in one go. And it wasn't that bad, to be honest. I just had to every so often just move a couple of crystals up again. It wasn't too tragic. So I don't want to scare you guys thinking that if you do it all in one go, it will start smudging around and moving about. No, nothing too crazy. But they do ever so slightly move. So you do have to every so often just nudge a couple back into place. So yeah, this is the little face coming together. I just love watching it. The more I'm watching it, the more I'm like, oh my god, it's starting to look more and more what I wanted it to look like. Because when I was doing the nail, it felt like the more I was doing it, I thought to myself, oh my god, like I don't know if I can make it happen. I don't know if it's gonna end up looking what I want it to look like. Especially even now, it doesn't fully look like what I want it to look like. But in just a second, you see the final results, and it just looks, just pulls the whole thing together. So yeah, I'm just gonna pop into the lamp. This will basically be the final bit now. I'm gonna show you guys the final results in any second now. And remember, I also placed some crystals on that heart nail, which you will see now. Here are the final results. Look at that face with the crystals, guys. I am obsessed. I hope you guys liked this set. If you did, please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I would love to see you all in my next video. Bye guys.